Hello and welcome to Dreams of Wings, and welcome here to the rather beautiful Aerostar. It's been a while since I've been up in the Aerostar. I've neglected the poor thing. I've spent so much time messing about in helicopters and messing about in the Mustang that I've not done a good old-fashioned general aviation flight IFR using ATC and all that kind of stuff. And the Aerostar is a beautiful aeroplane. So this for me is very much a training flight. I shall say now there will be mistakes. There will be errors if you are of a nervous disposition or the type that know it all, a bit of a backseat flying instructor who gets irritated when things aren't followed 100% correctly or things are missed, then this stream might not be for you. For me, it's just a chance to relax, take a nice IFR flight and just see how rusty I am. And also, why the hell not stream it? Why not stream it so I can publicly shame myself? But actually also, I quite like streaming this kind of stuff because it gives me people to talk to while I'm flying up there on autopilot, not doing a great deal. I don't do this flying an awful lot, but it's a skill set that I am aware that you need to kind of keep on top of, really. So that's what we're going to be doing. And yeah, as I say, I do love the Aerostar. Big hello to everyone in the chat. Nice to see so many familiar faces. With it being Monday, I wasn't really sure how many people were going to be around, but good to see you all. Right, okay, so let's get into some kind of semblance of order. Mug of tea next to me, check. Okay, so right, so the first thing I'm going to do is we'll do a quick walk around. So let's just check the parking brake is on. The pitot heat cover is on, so I'm not going to do anything with that. It's been a while since I have flown the Aerostar, so I am just going to check in with the ground engineers. Okay, that's good. Yep, engine 1's fine. Engine 2 is fine as well. Quick look at the battery. The battery is in pretty good shape as well. Of course, this is Accu-sim and it's persistent, so it will kick your backside if you don't treat it correctly. So we'll pop outside. We will do the walk around. I'll just quickly pop on, lower the flappage so we can have a look at that. Okay. Oh, let's check the lights as well. Why the hell not? We've got time. Don't need that. Landing. Yep. Just checking everything else is off. Let's have a quick run outside. Check the lights. Yeah, they're all good. Quick look round here. And there we go. Rotating beacon there. And on the tail is good. Quick check round here. That is on. Yep, our nav and our strobe, and we'll have a quick check of the landing light. Resplendent in their brilliance. Okay, let's jump back in and we can turn all that off and calm everything down. There we go. Okay, let's jump back outside again and now we can do the walk around. So we'll quickly check. I'm going to start here. Let's have a look. Oi, come back. I was a little bit previous with my clicking then. There we go. Binky. Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking mosquito, if I'm honest. I don't know. It might be a little bit quicker. All's looking good there. Good colour. Oh, let's while we're down here, just remove that. Check the leading edge. That's okay. We've already checked the lights. Happy with that. Binky was just asking about aircraft. We have a group flight, full tank there. We have a group flight this Friday on the Discord. Is it Streamlabs put the... It hasn't put the link in yet. Okay, let's pop that in. Discord. There we go. See if that works. Yeah, we've got a group flight. Warbirds flying across Texas. So if that is something of interest to you, we'll be there Friday night. And if you're not on Discord, I've just put the link in there as well. Okay, I'm doing so much waffling. I feel like I'm forgetting things. But we're going to do a quick check here. Good. And slide you along. Yeah, it's not often we do group flights, which is entirely my fault, but they're always good fun. And we did a vote. The Discord is quite democratic sometimes, you know. We did a vote, and pretty much everyone was interested in doing a warbird flight. So that's what we're going to do. Right. Actually, let me just quickly run around here because I don't think I checked for squirrels. Have we got any squirrels in the intakes? No. And the propeller's looking rather wonderful. There we go. Right. So quickly get a run up. Jump up there. Come here. There we go. Get rid of that. Check for squirrels in here. No squirrels. No baggage. Come around here. Check the elevator. Yeah, that's all good. And the rudder. The thing I do love about this, the walk around in Flight Simulator 2024, is that it is a little bit more immersive in that you actually do feel like you're walking around your aircraft, and it does make you respect it a little bit. I love the way if I move the aileron, you can see the yoke moving in the cockpit there. That's what I'm talking about. Right, let's check this tank. Yeah, interesting. Look like there's a little bit less in that one. I'll have to check that. Okay, let's duck under here, pop up here, and we'll have a look at the oil here. I've just seen Lewis's comment. I don't know, Lewis. Some outfit called A2A. Apparently. Come on, down you go. Alright, let's duck out from under there. And quick look round here. Static source is clear. Tyres are looking good. I've removed the chocks, haven't I? We've already had a look at that there. Nothing to do here. Nothing to do there. And yeah, I think we're good to go. This is beautiful. You can see the you can see why there was a plan for it to be a jet. It's got very much a kind of jet DNA about it. Right, okay, so let's remember to use the right one to close the door. There we go. There we are. Excellent. Now, right click. There we go. So my sim's doing a couple of weird things at the moment. So we will see how it gets on. Had a couple of odd controller things going on. Not sure. I've got so many controllers in at the moment. I've got a new control panel, and co-pilot Cat is about to try and jump on my lap. Sweetheart, we're flying. Take it seriously, please. We need the right attitude to aviation. Right. Okay. So I'm going to put that back up there actually, so it's not quite in the way. Come on, drag. There we go. Up here. Right, pre-flight we've done. Passengers, that's you were briefed. Just have a good time. That's the only briefing I've got for you guys. Just relax, take it easy, and hopefully this will while away a couple of hours of your Monday, and we can have a chat along the way. I just realised the weather's doing funny things today in the sim. It probably 45 minutes ago it was very bleak, and I've just noticed how it's cleared. We are on live weather, and I've also noticed how the runway that SimBrief gave us for takeoff has actually changed, and now it's saying not used in Navigraph charts. So fully expecting to have to do a bit of editing on the flight plan. Right, okay. Pre-flight passengers done, seatbelt secured, cabin door closed and locked. Battery ignition is off. Gear switch is down, checking my physical controller as well. Flaps are up, put those up now. Brakes, test for firm, they're very firm, thank you. No snaggering at the back. Flight controls, oh that's because you're just, there we go, get out of the way. Yeah, it's you. Okay, let's get you down there. There we go. Right, I've got my yoke. I haven't used my yoke in a while as well, my fulcrum yoke. So interested to see how that behaves. All my physical controllers are working there, so that's all good. Let's get you back up here. Come on. Come on. There we go. There we go. Will you stop jump? Look at that. Cheeky little blighter. Just want you over there. I wonder if my... Okay, something's going on. It will not... Maybe you just got to get the right spot. There we go. Okay, blah, 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 blah. This is official checklist stuff. Parking state is... Parking brake is set. Switches, get rid of you. Switches are all off. Just checking across here as well. And that's all good. So we can go battery on, check for greens here, which are looking rather lovely. Elevator and rudder trim is neutral. Always worth checking that. It's very embarrassing when you're whistling down the runway with a boatload of nose up trim and suddenly you launch into the air and the stall warner goes off. Hydraulic shut off is open. That is, oh hello, there we go. There it is. Had a mind dump then, couldn't remember. Where did we get to? Hydraulic shut off. Fuel check. Fuel's good, happy with that. Excellent. And fuel, low fuel warning is off. Let's have a quick test of those. That's all good. Circuit breakers are all in. We need to check those because that's all simulated and it is Accu-sim. It will bite you on your bottom if you don't look at these things. Altimeter and clock. Altimeter I'm going to check when we get our QNH, but the clock is absolutely superb. Right, okay, engine start. Prop fully forward, we'll do both of those. Mixture is idle cut off. Throttle, I'm going to put to round about there. There we go, just while we're doing this. Battery is on, low fuel warning is out. We will do the fuel selectors and it says cycle and listen. So I'm going to shut up and you can listen. Hopefully you can hear that. Hopefully the sound mix is okay and you can hear all those things. Lots of lovely sounds on this. Right, so just to remind myself, starting the engine, and I'm just going to lock, there we go, lock the head tracking. So it is right fuel boost on, right mixture full, and then right to start engage. Okay, happy with that. Right, okay, let's remember. So, fuel boost on, check the instrument. 1, 2, 3, 4, back down, fuel boost off. I'm just checking that. Just checking that. Right fuel boost on. Right fuel boost. No, we do it after we start the engine. I'll probably get a fluffed engine start now. Let's see. Let me get the head tracking. Not in the helicopter, Rob. Stop reaching for the helicopter controls. It's embarrassing when you do that. Okay. Yeah, I think I fluffed it by messing about. Okay, let's come back down here. Move that there. Okay. Now, let's get the engine. Can you hear that okay, by the way? It's awfully quiet in my ear, but I've got a different mixture. I'm just going to turn mine up a bit so I can hear it a bit better. Let's have a quick check because we can do that with this. We can see what our engine's actually doing. So engine 2, that red line means I've flooded it. So I actually primed it for a little bit too long. It is a little bit sensitive. So what we'll do is, I'm just going to, without the mags on, sorry, what am I talking about? Yeah, brain gone again. We're in a different aircraft, Rob. You can't do that in this one. Okay, let's try this. Watch the red line. Okay, she caught. Held that on for a little bit longer than you would want to, if I'm honest. Okay, cheers Lewis. Let me turn up the... There we go. I've just turned up the mix a little bit. Hopefully that's a bit better now. So just leaning the engine, RPM to 1000, and let's have fuel boost off. Silly boy, just realised I didn't have the nav lights on to warn people that we're spinning things around. That'll be me in trouble with ATC. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the left engine. Just checking where that is, and let's have a look. Fuel boost on, check our instrument. 1, 2, 3. Not going to mess about with this one. Pull that back a little bit and let's go. There we go, good start on that one, because we didn't mess about and we didn't over prime it. Okay, back to 1000 RPM for you and lean it. Okay, that's all good. Happy with that. Let's go back to the flight information checklists. We've started, we're warming up, we're at 1000 RPM already. Engine temperatures, check, I'm checking, everything's looking fine. You can see our right engine is just a little bit warmer because we started that earlier. Let's have a look over here. Alternator is looking good, slightly lower than 28 volts, but that's because you haven't turned the alternator on, you absolute pillock. There we go, that's better. Spent way too much time flying a modern helicopter recently. Throttle set for 2. Oh, that's when we start to do the warm-up. Okay, so we're going to leave that as it is. Let's get all these things on. Leave that where it is, leave that where it is, get the radio on, and then we can talk to ATC, get our clearance, and pretend that we know what we're doing when we get on the radio. Okay, no sniggering while I'm talking to ATC. Okay, excellent.
TAS system test okay.
Thank you, Ash, good to know. Right, what are we doing? What are we doing? So I'm going to load up the flight plan, but I'm fully expecting that I'm going to have to edit the flight plan because, as I say, the runway direction has already changed. Oh, hang on, there it was there. GG, there we go. EGGP, that's our flight. Activate, replace, back, map, flight plan, and we can see it's cross-filled into here, so that's all good. So we are all set. I have a pen and paper ready, and it's time to play Talk to ATC. Right, where are we? Ramp 5. We're not going to talk to ATC. We're going to talk to, or we're going to listen to the ATIS. 1, 2, 4, 3, 3, 0.
.01 degrees. QNH 101 tree. Landing and departing runway. 09er, transition level. 050. Advise on initial contact. You have information India. Liverpool, John Lennon Airport. Information India, 1132 Zulu. Surface wind 030 degrees, 8 knots. Visibility 10 kilometers or more. Few clouds 3,500 feet. Broken 4,400 feet. Temperature 09er degrees. Dew point 01 degrees. QNH 101 tree. Landing and departing runway. 09er, transition level.
Okay, there we go. So my flight plan from SimBrief, curse you SimBrief, was taking off on runway 27. and now the weather has obviously changed or something's happened, and now we're using 09. I also manually changed before we started the landing runway at Glasgow because I'd noticed that the sim brief set 1 was already conflicting. I seem to get that a lot at the moment. I say a lot at the moment, I rarely do this, so maybe it's just bad luck, but let's go back to, so flight plan, Liverpool, I'm going to, that's okay. So we are, I'm guessing we're still on the Wallasey 2 Tango, so we will say Wallasey 2 Tango, preempt it, okay. Obviously not that one. Alright, I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to see what ATC gives us. That's probably a good idea, isn't it? And I said we're on ramp 5. Okay. Yes, Ash, it has. That's what I'm talking about. It has changed. It has changed, damn it. Right, where the hell did I get to? Right, ground, 121.955. Have I got clearance frequency? No, so it will be ground. 121.955. Transfer. Okay, see if I can remember everything. Liverpool ground, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra on ramp 5 with information India, request IFR clearance to Glasgow.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, Liverpool ground, thanks for information India, expect runway 09er, Wallasey 2, Victor departure, squawk 646-1.
Oh, that'll teach me to take a gulp of tea. Expect runway 09, Wallasey 2, Victor departure, squawk 6461, Golf Mike Sierra. 64.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, read back correct. Call me back when ready for start or taxi.
Now this is the bit where I'm always a little bit hesitant, so I'm going to press the automatic response button for this one.
Wilco, Golf Delta, Romeo, Mike Sierra.
Interesting. See, that's what I would have said, but quite often when I say that, or when I've said that in the past, it comes up with, it just seems to throw it, seems to confuse it, and it starts repeating itself, doing all sorts of odd things. Right, where do we get to? So the squawk is in the box. I've already set the QNH when we were listening to the ATIS, so that's all good. We're going to be on the Wallasey to Victor departure. So Wallasey to Victor, come on. Wallasey to Victor departure, runway 09. That's all marvellous. Loading the departure. That's all good to go. Bear with me, please bear with me. I'm just going to change the departure on my Navigraph charts because that's all wrong now. Wallasey to proceed does not conflict with runway. Yeah, it does. It does conflict with runway 27 because we're not on it anymore. Sunshine. All right. Okay, so we're good to go. We've got that loaded up. How are our instruments? Our instruments are just marvellous. Everything is looking good there. Let's have a quick check of frequency. Ground, tower 126355. I'm going to pop that on now, just so we don't have to do that at a later point. There we go. I'm not going to transfer. Remember not to transfer. Right. Directional gyro is set to slave, so we don't need to worry about that. But I am just going to do a quick check. Yeah, that's all good. Happy with that. And we're taking off on runway 09. So we could actually do a quick run up here, which I think we will do. Because that makes a lot of sense, seeing as we're poking into wind as it is. So, quick check over here again. Our temps are absolutely fine. That's all good. Okay, so I'm going to lock off head tracking so we can see what we're doing. Throttle set for 2100 RPM. Cycle a prop 3 times. Doing both at the same time. Those lovely sounds. Okay, and I'm going to do a quick mag drop or mag check. There we go, and let's just calm everything down. I love how you can hear everything that you do, like doing the mag check there. You can really hear the subtle changes and everything. Beautiful. Okay, so quick check for myself. QNH is in. We are squawking. Boy, are we squawking. We have got everything else set up. My frequencies are set up. I have the flight plan in the box. We are in some semblance of ready to go. Okay, let's take the head tracking back on. Quick look at that before takeoff. Bum, 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 bum. Boost pumps, we're going to remember to... I forgot to take the left boost pump off, didn't I? There we go. I tend to, rightly or wrongly actually, I tend to work a lot more with flows rather than reading off a checklist, which is completely wrong. You're meant to, I guess, do the flow and then use the checklist to check what you've done. So I missed the turning the fuel boost off there. So there you go. Told you there was going to be little errors. Told you. Okay. Liverpool ground, ready for taxi, Golf Mike Sierra. Didn't really need to say Liverpool ground. Bit silly.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, taxi to holding point Delta, runway 09er, via Kilo Alpha Delta.
Taxi to holding point Delta, runway 09 via Kilo Alpha Delta, Golf Mike Sierra. So we are actually, yeah, okay, that matches. I can see that. So we're just going to tootle along down here, and off we go. Okay. Quick check here. Where is it's right back there, isn't it? Yeah, it's there. Okay. Parking brake off. Leave the collective alone, for crying out loud. My right hand, left hand, went for the collective then. I'm not in a helicopter. Okay, just tuning into steering using the switches as well. I am just taking a little bit easy while I do that. There we go. It's a strange feeling when you've not done it for a while, because you're trying to steer with your feet and of course nothing's happening. Okay. Quite quiet at Liverpool. I have got traffic on, but something took off earlier on while I was getting everything set up. You're absolutely right, Aidan. Absolutely right. But that's not stopping me from trying to fly it like it's a helicopter.
All aircraft be advised, information Juliet now current. QNH 1014.
Okay, QNH has changed, so I'm just going to pop that up. There we go. Just going to come over here, and then we can just get a few things up and running. There we go. Okay, so let's get my switches. We'll have landing lights on, we'll have strobe light on. That's all good. That's fine. I'm going to turn the heating on now while I remember, because I don't want you to get cold. we do try and look after our passengers on Dreams of Wings Airlines, even though it might not seem like that. Okay, that's okay. Happy with that. Right alternator, or that's because I'm a little bit low on, yeah, chops the throttle back a little bit too much. Okay, let's go mixture fully rich now to get us ready, and I will make the call. Ready for departure at Delta Golf Mike Sierra. Should have said the runway. Should have said the runway. Should have said the runway.
Liverpool Ground Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, contact tower when at runway hold point.
Contact tower when at runway hold point, Golf Mike Sierra. Right, just let that digest in the system. We've got a bit of condensation building up here.
Liverpool Ground Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, contact tower when at runway hold point.
That's what I just said. Okay, let's try something else. Wilco Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra. It's thinking about it. I can see the dots on BeyondATC are moving. Request submitted. Oh dear. Has ATC gone bonkers so early on? So I've just got to wait for that to sort itself out, because I can't contact tower until that's done its thing. Anyway, how are you? Let's get that going. Got that where it needs to be. BeyondATC is still thinking. Come on. So on my BeyondATC screen next to me, it has a little box. When you talk to it, it has a little box that tells you that it is thinking about what you've said, and it's still thinking about it, which is a bit unnerving. Over here, it's still thinking. Long by name? No, I'm not. I'm using Toby. I'm not using Toby Eye Tracker. I'm using what's it called? Grass Monkey King Puck. Ash, I have not tuned to tower yet because I am waiting for ground to finish off what it was saying before. Or to finish that interaction, because otherwise if I switch to tab now, potentially it could break it. So I'm just waiting. As I said, I've got a little box in the BeyondATC screen that says request submitted, and it says processing response. So I'm just waiting for it to finish doing that. It happens to me sometimes also when landing or when coming off the main runway, so I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but we'll see. Come on, BeyondATC. Lewis, you're absolutely right, mate. That's what I like. This is, you know, they talk about people up at Liverpool having a warm heart, and I think that's probably what's happened here. As you say, they probably thought, give the boy a chance, go and make a cup of tea, and off you go. It's still saying request submitted, processing response. Come on. This is the kind of thing that I find irritating about using these ATC programs sometimes. Most of the time they actually work really well. But sometimes they do something like this, and I'm literally, there's nothing I can do, or there's nothing I think I could do apart from maybe close it and start again, but it is still saying request submitted, processing response. In the meantime, Aiden's going to sing us a tune. Take it away, Aiden. I am very tempted to switch to tower, but I'm sure that's going to break it. If I switch to tower, I wonder if it will still say request submitted. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that has stopped it doing that. Okay. Liverpool Tower, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, ready for departure at Delta for runway 09.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, Liverpool Tower, wind tree for 0 degrees, 8 knots, runway 09er, cleared for takeoff.
Copy the winds and clear for takeoff, runway 09, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay. On y va. Remember to steer with the switches, you Burke. Steer with the switches. There we go. And there we go. Brilliant. I found my button to center it. Okay, everything's good. Levers are where they're meant to be. Our engines are fine. Switches are all on. Lights are all on. Pitot heat needs to go on. Let's have that on. Good, good, good. Excellent. Oh. Bit of fouling there probably from messing about on the ground. You can see if I pull back on the right engine, you can hear it in the left engine. And actually, I know this is very unrealistic, but this is kind of cool to show. That little dot there, well no, let's go to the right one. That little dot there, you can see there's nothing happening there. Little dot there, that means that we have got we've got some fouling, so just running that to burn it off. Have we actually got? No. Giving a blast. There we see it. Minutest dot appearing now. We're really... Okay, that's going to be good. It's because I was waiting for ATC and we fouled the plugs. Silly boy. Up and away. Gear up. Trimage. So we say farewell to Liverpool. Now, hang on a minute. Do you know what I just did? Who can tell me what I just did? What did I just do wrong that was very serious? And I'm amazed ATC didn't pick up on it. And it's a very good example of actually I don't know if it is a good example of confirmation bias. There you go, Aiden, there you go. You got it. Cheers, Ash. Absolutely. I was so, in my mind, I was so ingrained that I was going to be taking off on runway 27, even though they said 09. And even though I had taxi instructions, I still took off on runway 27. What an absolute Burke. Amazed ATC didn't tell me off. I did, Lewis, exactly. And how did I miss that? Because I didn't check everything properly. I didn't check the active runway. I didn't double check my taxi instructions. Again, kind of confirmation bias. I just looked at Alpha on my thing and thought, yeah, he said Alpha, yeah, that's what we're going. I know where we're going. I know which runway we're using.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, contact Scottish Control 128.055.
Scottish Control 128.055 Golf Mike Sierra, and apologies for taking off on the wrong runway. See, honesty with ATC is always a good thing. That's going to confuse him. Now that's weird. That's weird. My my Navigraph charts is now saying 09 would have been the wrong runway. It is all switching around, isn't it? Right, so let's have a look. Keep the climb in. There we go. Let's come back a bit. All over the bloody show. Let's have fuel boost off. Now, of course, I did that deliberately because I wanted to show you how things can potentially go wrong if you don't pay attention as a pilot. That's all that was about. That was purely intentional. Scottish Centre, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra with you on the Wallasey 2 Victor departure from Liverpool. What else would you like to know?
Golf Delta, Romeo, Mike Sierra, Scottish Control identified, climb to flight level 130.
He's excited. Climb to flight level 130, Golf Mike Sierra. Transition 050, wasn't it? He certainly does, Chinook. He needs something. Okay. Just adjusting the engines. They are slightly different. Okay. Let's remember, so we need to follow the line, we need heading mode. I'm going to go attitude mode, autopilot on. I'm going to press my, if I get the right button, my attitude, which is reminds me very much of the automatic trim release in the helicopter, or cyclic trim release. There we go. Let's see how that works. Marvellous. She's very well, thank you, Aidan. She's very well indeed. She is now completely buggered off. I think the lack of attention was too much. Right. Okay, let's have landing lights off. Yeah, that's quite shocking, isn't it? that really is quite shocking, taking off on the wrong direction. And it's funny, I only realised as I was rolling down the runway, I suddenly looked at the I looked at the origin box in Navigraph charts, and it said 09 not used, so that felt okay because I knew we'd switched. So confirmation bias there, that's fine. But then I thought, hang on a minute, I loaded the departure and I changed the runway and I'm going in the wrong direction, and I suddenly realised what I'd done. So yeah, Burke. Anyway, we're all right now. But having said that, it is saying 09 is not used. Okay, that's confusing. Obviously the wind today is just in one of those kind of points where it's switching direction left, right and centre. What is actually, oh no, I haven't got it open. Oh, I have got it open. Yeah, I mean, little nav map is showing the wind at the moment 343 at 25 knots. So it's pretty much almost, but not quite right angles to the runway. So the wind direction is only going to change. It's only got to change slightly, and I guess that's where the runway direction is suddenly going to change as well. Okay, let's have a quick look. Engines are good. Happy with that. I did put some heat on. Let's check on the temperature in the cabin. It's one of those little things that I always forget. Aircraft, there we go, 29 degrees, it's tropical. What are you moaning about? Let's have fan to low, and we'll pop those in a little bit. Don't want it to get too hot. 29 degrees is ridiculously hot, isn't it? Okay, so that's all good. We're in the Aerostar, so we can't lean in the climb. We have to keep going with fully rich until we get to our cruising altitude. Why? Because you can see the engines there, the covers, it's all so compact that it can overheat very easily if you start leaning it out. And I know that because I got told off by a real world pilot who flies these things for real. And then I checked the A2A instruction manual for the Aerostar, and sure enough, there it was. It's an aircraft that you do have to be aware of the numbers, and I'm aware that I'm not probably completely bob on
Delta, Romeo,
with the
Mike
numbers.
Sierra, contact London Control 118.775.
I will, and I hope they've got a little bit more enthusiasm than you, Sunshine. Contact London Control 118.775 Golf Mike Sierra. Transfer. Okay. London Control Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra on the Wallasey 2 Victor departure from Liverpool, climbing to flight level 130, passing through flight level 105. I don't think you are. Don't think you are.
Golf
No,
Delta,
you are.
Romeo,
You are.
Mike Sierra, London Control, radar contact, climb to flight level 260.
Hang on a minute. I'm in an Aerostar. I'm unpressurized and I don't have oxygen. Oh, okay. Okay. London Control requests cruise altitude of flight level 110.
Negative, climb to flight level 260.
Are you trying to kill me or something? Do you know what? Climb to flight level 260, Golf Mike Sierra. Let me just check my flight plan. I have got...
Speedbird 5 Victor, contact London Control 118.75. Bye bye. Contact London Control 118.75, Speedbird 5. Victor, have a good day.
Just checking my flight plan to see that I've got the right aircraft set up. Yeah, Aerostar 600. So why the hell is it telling me to climb to... Oh man, it's going to be one of those flights, isn't it? It's going to be one of those flights.
Easy 710, contact Manchester approach 121.355.
Contact Manchester approach 121.355, easy 710. Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra. Request new cruise altitude.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, roger, say new altitude.
Flight level 100, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, unable, your flight is to the north and flight level 100
Alright, cocky
is an
pants.
even-numbered flight level. Please pick an odd altitude.
Flight level 110, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, unable, your flight is to the north and flight level 110 is an odd numbered flight level.
Oh,
Please pick an even altitude.
idiot. Flight level 105, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, confirm new cruise altitude, flight level 105.
Affirm. Flight level 105, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, roger, new cruise altitude, flight level 105. Sky Travel 8 for Juliet, London Control, expect Blacker 1 Papa, runway 02.
Expect Blacker 1 Papa, runway 02, Sky Travel 8 for the Juliet.
So we'll just descend now to 105. Just using the attitude suspend mode, or whatever the correct terminology for it is, just to allow us to do that.
KLM 139, descend to flight level 080.
I wonder why it
Descend to flight level 080, KLM 139.
wonder why it did that. It's never done that to me in the Aerostar before. It normally seems to know the correct altitude. It's not bad when you get above the clouds, is it? Oh, what we got? Quite a lot going on down there. Of course, that's Liverpool over there, isn't it? Just flown over the Wirral.
Ryanair 961, Victor, radar vectors RNAV runway 07, report ready for descent.
Radar vectors RNAV runway 07, ready for descent, Ryanair 961 Victor.
Ryanair 961 Victor, Aldergrove landing runway 07.
Aldergrove landing runway 07, Ryanair 961 Victor.
So just waiting to intercept. Cruise altitude. Holding on the
KLM 139, cross Carav at flight level 080, then descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Cross Carav at flight level 080, then descend to 3,000 feet, QNH 1015, KLM 139.
Nightingale 3, contact East Midlands approach 13 for decimal 18.
Contact East Midlands, approach 13 for decimal 18, Nightingale 3.
Let's go altitude hold.
KLM 139, contact Shannon Control 132, decimal 15.
Contact Shannon Control 132, decimal 15, KLM 139.
Okay.
London Control Chanex 9 Golf Tango, descending via Ayrson 1 Golf, flight level 126.
There's a guy who knows what he wants in life.
Chanex 9 Golf Tango, London Control identified.
How lovely. Yeah, it's interesting. Doing this kind of thing reminds me how much I need to practice doing this kind of stuff. Now that we're in cruise, I can lean the engines. I'm just going to do it the old school way.
Ryanair 961 Victor, turn left heading 295, vectors for the approach.
Turn left heading 295, Ryanair 961 Victor.
It was a bit, wasn't it, Lewis?
Flyer 62 November, contact Belfast approach 13 for decimal 8.
Contact Belfast approach 13 for decimal 8, flyer 62 November.
Okay, so everything's looking fine. Am I feeling brave? Are we going to go to some cinematic views? Why the hell not? There you go. Look at it. Isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it beautiful? After that takeoff, I was half expecting to see some poor ground crewman hanging off by the tail. The more observant of you will also notice that our pilot today is still wearing his warbird flying suit and helmet. That's for your safety and because we take your lives seriously. Thank you. Good God, contrails. Anyway, how the hell is everybody? It's Monday. I get nervous when it does flyby view. Sometimes that crashes the sim, and if that happens, this is going to be a very short stream. Well, we're back. Yeah, how are you? It's Monday. I'm off. Hence the streaming. I'm kind of off, but I'm kind of on standby as well. So
ready for descent.
I have the dreaded work phone next to me, and hopefully it won't go off.
Easy 405 uniform. Easy 405 uniform. Aldergrove landing runway 07. Aldergrove landing runway 07. Easy 405 uniform. Speedbird 5. Victor contact London Control 118 decimal 475.
Contact London. Control 118. Decimal
Yeah, all good,
475.
thanks, Hayden.
Speedbird 5. Victor.
Channex 9 Golf Tango, contact Scottish Control 119.875.
Centre on 119.875, Channex 9 Golf Tango.
Albastar for 328, contact Prestwick approach 129.45.
Contact Prestwick approach 129.45, Albastar for 328.
Yeah, it's pretty greyish here too, Aiden, I have to say. Not great, but once you get above the cloud, it's always lovely. It's actually, flight sim in a way is really good escapism. Once you get into it, you kind of forget where you are. And I don't mean in the sim, I mean in real life. Actually rather relaxing. I'll show you where we are. That'd probably be a good thing. So if I just move that so we can get rid of that now. Here we go. So let's go to, there we go. So that's on Navigraph charts. So yes, once we got airborne, we are heading up this way. We're going to have a flight over the Lake District. Not entirely sure we're going to see much of it, unfortunately, but hopefully we might see something of it. And then scooting up here through the lowlands and up to Glasgow up here. So it's a fairly simple route, not too tricky. Interested to see what happens at the other end.
Channex 8 Foxtrot Whiskey, contact London.
In terms of the landing runway with the direction changes that we've had so far.
Contact London, control 118.475, Channex 8 Foxtrot Whiskey. Have a good day.
Binky, Fibro and I spent 3 hours yesterday installing Build 500 and trying to get both the H145 and the HEMS working. A true labour of love. Yeah, I was saying on the stream yesterday, unfortunately, to get everything working, it takes some messing about with, but once you get it there, it's absolutely fine. But it's not like an add-on where you can just download it, whack in your community folder, and then everything works well.
Descend to flight level 210.
It takes a bit of work.
Descend to flight level 210, Ryanair 961 Victor.
What is it with ATC today? They sound absolutely fed up. I guess it's Monday, right? Yeah, the H145. Well, doing the H145 and the HEMS now is definitely a labour of love. You've got to put the time in to set everything up. Once you've done that, it's absolutely fine.
Center on 119.875, Spinnaker for 610.
Ryanair 3 Kilo Mike, turn right, heading 005, climb to flight level 350.
Turn right, heading 005, climb to flight level 350, Ryanair 3 Kilo Mike.
Now this would be interesting. I've just noticed on the, even though the controller kindly agreed to our current flight level, the active flight level in BeyondATC is still flight level 260. So interested to see if you know, everything carries on working as it should do, or whether potentially something is broken there. Hopefully it's going to be all right. Should we get some cinematics?
Ryanair 63 Papa Alpha, contact Liverpool approach 119.855.
Contact Liverpool approach 119.855, Ryanair 63 Papa Alpha.
Binky, your chase plane bindings and everything are stored separately. So SU5 shouldn't really have broken that. I wouldn't expect it to have broken that. I think Parallel 42 stored them in the cloud, so that should be alright.
0.875, easy for 05 uniform.
Well done, Aidan. Thank you for shouting out. There you go. Left it on the chart screen, didn't I?
London Control, Speedbird 6 Yankee, good day, flight level 300.
Speedbird 6 Yankee, London Control, radar contact. Ryanair 50, Kilo Kilo, contact London Control 118, decimal for 75, have a good day.
Contact London Control 118, decimal for 75, Ryanair 50, key. No Kilo, have a good day.
Greenstone 73 Delta, contact Belfast approach 13 for decimal 8.
Contact Belfast approach 134 decimal 8, Greenstone 73 Delta.
That's very true, Aidan. Not only are you really very, very good at spotting windmills, you're also very good at spotting when the screen is black, because I've left it on the wrong screen.
Easy 17 November Foxtrot, London Control, expect Silver 1 November, runway 07.
Expect Silver 1 November, runway 07.
So I might see a little bit of Lake District maybe.
Speedbird 6 Yankee, Ayrson 1 Golf, runway 23, report ready for descent.
Ayrson 1 Golf, runway 23, ready for descent, Speedbird 6 Yankee.
Speedbird 6 Yankee, descend to flight level 070.
Descend to flight level 070, Speedbird 6 Yankee.
Shall we risk a flyby view?
Speedbird 6 Yankee, contact Glasgow approach 119 decimal 1.
Contact Glasgow approach 119 decimal 1, Speedbird 6 Yankee.
Easy 17 November Foxtrot, Silver 1 November, runway 07.
Okay.
Report ready for descent.
Flyby incoming.
Silver 1 November, runway 07.
Stand by. 5, 4,
Easy 17 November
3,
Foxtrot.
2,
Easy
1.
17 November Foxtrot, descend to 8,000 feet, QNH 1011.
Descend to 8,000 feet, Easy 17 November Foxtrot.
There we go. It worked twice now. Once some months ago, and once the other day when I was actually making a video. I put it into flyby view, and just as it was coming to the end of the sequence, the aircraft had flown by, was flying off into the distance, it crashed the sim. So whenever I use flyby, as cool as it is, there's always that sense of, oh, what's going to happen? Is it going to work?
Ryanair 961, Victor, contact Scottish Control 119er, decimal 875.
Centre on 119er, decimal 875, Ryanair 961 Victor.
God, looking at the ground down there, it's kind of makes me wish I was in a helicopter, just exploring. Yes, Aidan, you're absolutely right, mate. That's what. Yes, it was that one. That was the previous time, and then after that, I stopped using flyby view. And then, of course, it's had a couple of updates, and I reinstalled it after Sim Update 5, and it did it again.
Fly present heading, climb to flight level 120, Golf Alpha Zulu Yankee Foxtrot.
This does feel a little bit like playing Russian roulette, but let's do another flyby. Okay, I'm just going to leave it. Let's see what it does.
Golf Alpha Zulu Yankee Foxtrot, resumo navigation.
Roger, resumo navigation, Golf Alpha Zulu Yankee Foxtrot.
Yeah, maybe it was just bad luck, Akritai. Maybe it was just a one-off. Seems to be behaving itself. But interesting, it gets to the same point. It's only happened to me twice. I don't use it that often, and I did actually have Chase Plane uninstalled for a while. Yeah. So here we are. We are entering the splendour of the Lake District. You can just see the hills down there. We've had some fun doing search and rescue HEM stuff in the H145 over there. Because it feels like the right thing to do on a Monday, Lewis. Sometimes you've got to live life on the razor edge. Let's just pop inside actually and just make sure that everything's where it should be. Don't want any nasty surprises.
Blue Max 6957, contact Shannon Control 132.15.
Contact
Just
Shannon
in my
Control
left engine a bit.
132.15, Blue Max 6957.
Everything else is looking good. What's the temperature like? I turned it down a little bit. There we go, 23 degrees. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, look at that. How wonderful. Definitely feeling the need to go down there and winch up some poor climber who's fallen
London
down a cliff
Control,
edge.
Ryanair 19 Yankee Yankee, flight level 115. Ryanair 19 Yankee Yankee, London Control. Good day, radar contact. Continue climb to flight level 369er. Continue climb to flight level 369er, Ryanair 19 Yankee Yankee.
Scenery is stunning in this.
Ryanair 3 Kilo Mike,
No doubt
contact
about it.
London Control 118.475.
Contact London Control 118.475, Ryanair 3 Kilo Mike.
So yeah, next Friday on the Discord we are doing a group flight. It's not being videoed, it's not being streamed, it's not about that, it's just about having some fun, having a chat and flying along in Warbirds. We're flying across Texas from the east to the west, and it should be good fun. So check the Discord, and if you're not on the Discord, Streamlabs has been putting the link into the chat, so if you scroll back you'll see the link there somewhere, but that should be good fun for sure. What is the time here? Good God, it's 10 to 2 and I haven't had any lunch yet. Amazing. I thought, oh, I'll do a quick stream, quick IFR stream in the Aerostar, and then spent so long trying to get some stuff set up that time flew by. So that's one.
65 Golf Whiskey.
One aircraft I've not been in the slightest bit tempted by.
Good day.
I nearly bought it to
decimal for 75 Easy 65 Golf Whiskey.
nearly bought it for model matching purposes and all that sort of thing, but every time I've bought one of their aeroplanes I've kind of regretted it. Although there are a ton of people out there who love them, so that's just the way it works, isn't it?
Shamrock 605, Papa, London Control. Expect bag, so for Lima, runway 28 left.
Expect bag, so for Lima, runway 28 left, Shamrock 605, Papa.
Shamrock 605, Papa, bag, so for Lima, runway 28 left. Report ready for descent.
Bag, so for Lima, runway 28 left, ready for descent, Shamrock 605, Papa.
Shamrock 605, Papa, descend to 10,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Descend to 10,000 feet, Shamrock 605, Papa.
Just see the ground through the clouds there. Got to be lovely if we didn't have the cloud cover.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, London
That's me.
Control. Expect to slip 1 Golf, runway 23.
Expect Asley 1 Golf, runway 23, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, so we've got our approach. Sorry, arrival. There we go, runway. Okay. Yeah, leave that. Load arrival. Back. Flight plan. Okay. Let's lock off the head tracking a moment so I don't break your neck, and then I'm going to whack it in over here. Okay, oh, that's already there. Okay, so runway 23. So the manual correction I did to start off with, because SimBrief had given me the wrong runway before I started the sim.
Contact Prestwick, approach 129.
So I made a manual change.
Contact Prestwick,
And that's
approach
worked,
129,
so that's
decimal
good.
45, Sky Travel 8 for Juliet.
Yeah, so that's all set up. Excellent.
Easy 954 Kilo, radar vectors ILS runway 04. Report ready for descent.
Radar vectors ILS runway 04, ready for descent. Easy 954 Kilo.
That's what I was talking about with escapism.
Runway 04.
Belfast City.
How you can jump in an aeroplane
954 Kilo.
in the sim. And I'm here. I am flying over the Lake District. In my mind is fully tricked. I am not sitting in my spare room. I'm flying over the Lake District, and you just look down, and it's so damn realistic.
Ryanair 61.
Robbie, you're absolutely right, mate. Absolutely right. I totally agree with you. Viz out of this is really fantastic.
Expect Baxter 1 Alpha, runway 27, Ryanair 61 Victor Yankee.
Easy 1, 7 November Foxtrot, contact London Control 118, decimal for 75.
Centre on 118.475, Easy 1, 7 November Foxtrot.
So I'll be doing a bit more streaming during the day this week. Probably mix it up a bit. We'll do some warbird stuff. Definitely do some helicopter stuff. It was interesting when I did a kind of a vote on the... did I do it on the channel or on the Discord? I did it on the channel. This kind of flying got by far the lowest votes in terms of what people wanted to watch. Doing kind of IFR, ATC kind of stuff, which is interesting because people, you know, love flying tube liners, and you see a lot of tube liner content on YouTube. I can only imagine that the people that were responding to my poll were the kind of people that normally watch the channel, who are perhaps more interested in warbirds and helicopters and that kind of thing, and not so much sitting above the cloud on autopilot looking out of the windows that we've got lovely windows up here as well. It is a fantastic cockpit, this, isn't it? Very airy. But yeah, we'll definitely get some more birdie stuff on. The other advantage of not using the ATC, with BeyondATC I have to have multiplayer turned off. If I don't have the ATC running, it means I can just go on multiplayer, and if anyone wants to fly along and have like an impromptu mini group flight, then that's all good. Just checking out the ground down there. Going to lock that off actually. There we go, and then my head movements aren't going to drive you bonkers.
Easy 954 kilo, turn left, heading 300, vectors for the approach.
Turn left, heading 300, easy 954 kilo.
Blue Max 8, Alpha Golf, turn left, heading 170, climb to flight level 300.
Turn left, heading 170, climb to flight level 300. Blue Max 8, Alpha Golf.
Blue Max 8, Alpha Golf, London Control, expect Perth 1 Golf, runway 24.
Expect Perth 1 Golf, runway 24. Blue Max 8, Alpha Golf.
Do you know what, Robert? I haven't. Okay, this is actually a good chance. If anyone's thinking about getting Rex Atmos, I haven't got it running at the moment, but I'm about to turn it on, and you'll get an idea of kind of changes it makes.
Descend to 3,000
Thank you for reminding me, Robert.
8 Alpha Golf.
I was so busy getting other things to work, I forgot about this.
Blue Max 8 Alpha Golf, contact Edinburgh, approach 128, decimal 908.
Contact Edinburgh, approach 128, decimal 908. Blue Max 8 Alpha Golf.
There we go, so it's just kicked in. So my initial feeling whenever Atmos initially kicks in is, oh, everything's just suddenly gone a little bit duller. But then once your eyes tune into it, it actually feels a lot more realistic. It takes out some of that saturation. And this is a beautiful repaint. This is actually part of the A2A livery pack. I think it's available now. I think you can actually now get it on Marketplace as well. But it's definitely my favourite livery by far. It just, I don't know, I just like it. I like the silver. It's almost like a satin finish silver. Yeah, it just works really well. It's like a
London Control, easy 3143,
slightly modern
level 160.
livery for it, perhaps. I know some people won't be too keen on it, but I like it. It's my aeroplane. I'll paint it how I want it. And of course, because it's Accu-sim and it's got persistence, it really is your aeroplane. that's what brings this aircraft, like the Comanche, to life for me, is that what you do has consequences, and it does feel that you need to look after it. And I do actually feel guilty that I haven't really been flying it much recently. So yeah. Oh, doing a flyby view in the cinematics. Hold your breath. Hold your breath. Will Rob be getting lunch after all? No, there we go, that works. Rob, just looked at the map and there is an airfield just to the right of Lossiemouth. It's not active. What did he... That was Milltown. It was a like a satellite airfield to Lossie. I'm not so sure now, but certainly when I lived up there in the kind of mid-80s, it was there were a lot of radio masts there. It was a, I guess, like a sneaky beaky listening area. Yeah, very, very spooky is probably the wrong word, but I remember going over there and walking around of an evening. Only did it once with some RAF people, and it was it was quite strange. But I think airfields are like that, aren't they? They have an energy to them. Wow, this is going to start getting very deep and surreal.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, ASLIB 1 Golf runway 23. Report ready for descent.
Right, let's just get things set up. I remember going to Kimbolton and feeling exactly the same thing, standing on a bit of disused taxiway, getting the same feeling. ASLIB 1 Golf runway 23, and we are ready for descent. Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, descend to flight level 070.
Descend to flight level 070, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, so we'll put it onto attitude.
Golf Alpha, Zulu, Yankee Foxtrot, London Control, expect Pepsi 1 Lima, runway 04.
Expect Pepsi 1 Lima, runway 04, Golf Alpha Zulu, Yankee Foxtrot.
Easy 37 November Lima, London Control, expect Baxon 1 Alpha, runway 27.
Expect Baxon 1 Alpha, runway 27, Easy 37 November Lima.
Ryanair 3 Whiskey, London Control, expect Axis 1 Mike, runway 05 right.
Expect Axis 1 Mike, runway 05 right, Ryanair 3 Whiskey.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, contact Glasgow approach 119.1.
Contact Glasgow approach 119.1, Golf Mike Sierra.
Easy 37 November Lima, Baxon 1 Alpha, runway 27.
There we go.
All aircraft be advised, information echo now current, QNH 1015.
Now that's an accent. That's what I'm talking about. Glasgow approach, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra with you, descending to flight level 070, passing flight level 090, and we are 10 miles out of Odigi. And that was enthusiasm for the controller, and he's now thinking, what the hell is that guy just saying to me?
Romeo Mike Sierra Glasgow approach. Good afternoon. QNH 1015, expect radar vectors for ILS, runway 23.
QNH 1015 and expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23, Golf Mike Sierra. Right. Let's get that in there. ILS runway 23. Vectors. So that's all loaded up. Did I? I did. Yeah, I'm just checking I'd loaded in the arrival. Okay, that's so good. So we've got the QNH, but he's given us a flight level, so we're not going to bang in the QNH yet. Just making a note of that on my magic paper.
Logan 42 Echo Hotel, contact Glasgow Tower 118.805.
Getting ready to capture the
altitude.
altitude.
Tower 118.805, Logan 42 Echo Hotel. Bye-bye.
A little bit of trimming. When we're ready. Okay, so we're at flight level 070. That's all good. We've got the ILS in the box, so that's all set up, ready to go. Marvellous. Anyone would think things are going swimmingly well, wouldn't they? Well, at least we're going to get the runway right this time. Let's quickly check. Decimal 1, yeah, that's all good. I'm actually going to transfer that now. One less thing to do later. So that's the ILS frequency now active on nav 1. ATC gone noticeably quieter now that we're on an approach frequency rather than en route. You can adjust how much traffic is injected, and I've actually kind of decided now just to leave it where it is on the default. So I did, I think I even streamed it. I wound the traffic up a bit, and it was absolute chaos. I seem to remember being cleared to land and then having an aircraft behind me being cleared to land as well, and I think it just kind of overloaded it a little bit, so best to leave it where it is, I think. Just going through a bit of cloud now. So we're still at 070 and our engines are looking good. See, let's have a quick look. I'm curious because I leaned by kind of ear and just where it felt right, but let's see. So actually we're not in economy lean. If I come back a little bit more, just leaning ever so gently. I'm not using the engine computer. You can see, there we go. So the pipes are turned green. That means we're in economy, and I'm just going to pull back engine 2 to the same. There we go. You can see we've got the same going on there as well. Marvellous. I've not seen that, Robert. I've not. I mean, I'm using Chase Plane now, but I wasn't initially when I loaded up Sim Update 5, and I don't remember having an issue with the showcase view. What happens when you open up the camera if you go onto the menu bar? I mean, mine won't work because I've got Chase Plane, but if I go onto... So if you go onto Showcase, what happens if I press it actually? Yeah. If you go onto Showcase, what happens?
Flexjet 601, contact Glasgow Tower 118.805.
Contact Tower 118.805, Flexjet 601.
Okay, it's greyed out. Have you got Chase Plane? Actually, no, it wouldn't be Chase Plane because mine's not greyed out and I've got Chase Plane. How strange. Okay. So this is where we're coming to, and then we're going to get vectored to our ILS approach. You can see here it says we've got to be level at 7,000 feet. So 7,000 feet as opposed to flight level. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. Let's have a quick check over here actually. Lock that a second so I can look over here. So we're coming into VAPI, that's fine. Okay, interesting. So on the chart it says flight level 070 Atlantic, and on the on here it says 7,000 feet. Interesting. Interesting. Oh, the hills of Scotland. How I wish I was up here. This cloud. It'd be nice when we get below it. Let me quickly show you. So we are here, coming in on our SD1 Golf arrival. Let's go up here. I'm going to go select RLS runway 23. We're doing transition, so I'm going to put that in. There we go. So yeah, we'll get our vectors over here. Interested to see how the how ATC vectors us. But we're all kind of set up nicely at the moment. Famous last words. Right, remember to put it back onto. There you go. Seems to be clearing up a little bit, doesn't it?
Glasgow approach, Chanex 53, Whiskey Tango, flight level 147 with the numbers.
No, I didn't, Abe.
Chanex 53, Whiskey Tango,
I saw lots of pictures of all the chipmunks and everything.
Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23.
QNH 1015, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23, Chanex 53, Whiskey Tango.
Looking forward to getting there though at some point. Definitely be there for the Battle of Britain show later in the year. Still greyed out. Is there something deeper in the settings, Robert, somewhere? I'm trying to think if I've ever seen the drone camera greyed out, and I don't think I have, but it's almost like there's something somewhere else in a menu somewhere that's deselected, but I can't think what it would be. I know what we'll do.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra. Leave Lanark heading 350. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23.
Leave Lanark heading 350. Expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23. Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, I need to keep an eye on that. So once we get to Lanark, go on to heading mode. True heading mode.
Sierra. Turn right, heading 345, vectors for the approach.
Give me a chance. He's already changed his mind. Turn right, heading 345, vectors for the approach, Golf Mike Sierra. So, let's go 3, 4, 5. There we go. And switching this switch, so we're not using the GPSS anymore. The GPSS is the little box of tricks that translates my modern GTNXI signal into the Century 4 autopilot here. So I've turned off the GPSS, so now it's just purely on heading mode, and we're now on radar vectors. That was a bit disappointing. I've never had a leave a reporting point or a nav point.
Delta Romeo Mike Sierra. Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1015.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1015 Golf Mike Sierra. I've never had that happen before, so I was quite excited about doing that. So 1015 on the QNH and we descend now. So let's pop it onto ATT. Okay, I'm going to put the landing lights on at this point. Let's double check heading 345. 345 track on the GTN, so that's working. Interesting, he changed his mind on the vectoring there. Wonder what the logic was with that. So setting us up on a nice intercept. That sounds good, Aidan. I've never been to Edcorn. Look at the detail down there. Insane. I don't know if it comes across on the stream, but on a I'm using a 4K monitor, so it's the detail down there of the houses and everything is just remarkable. And the warehouse with the trailers up against the docks. Amazing. Right, shut up and fly the plane, you idiot. You see, I've flown through my altitude because I was so busy gawping out the window.
Glasgow approach, easy 545 Alpha, flight level 178 with the numbers.
Amazed ATC hasn't told us off.
545 Alpha Glasgow approach, QNH 1015 expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23.
QNH 1015 expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23, easy 545 Alpha.
The mixture a little bit. So how are engines looking? They're looking alright. I've successfully managed to not break them. Okay, let's have a quick look here. Let's have, I'm going to get some things set up now. We'll have the boost pumps on. Do that in a sec with the mixture. Yes, yes, yes. Fuel selectors on. Gear, we'll do that in a little bit. Okay.
Easy 545 Alpha, reduce speed 240 knots.
Reduce speed 240 knots, easy 545 Alpha.
Okay. All good.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, descend to 4,000 feet.
Descend to 4,000 feet, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra. Let's get that in. So just double checking, we have got the ILS.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike
box.
Sierra, turn left heading 320.
Left heading 320, Golf Mike Sierra. Wrong button. Left heading 320, Golf Mike Sierra. I pressed the ATT button instead of the press to talk button. Duh.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, 2 miles from CF2 tree, turn left heading 285, maintain 2,900 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 23.
Turn left heading 285, maintain 2,900 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 23, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, everything's looking good. So what I'm going to do now is just check I've done a few things there. I'm going to take it off autopilot. And let's get us established. So it's flown through a tad.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Easy. 545 Alpha, lead foil heading 115, expect radar vectors for ILS, runway 23.
Lead foil heading 115, expect radar vectors for ILS runway 23, easy 545 Alpha.
Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, contact Glasgow Tower 118.805.
5. Contact Glasgow Tower on 118.805, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay. Glasgow Tower, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, established on the localizer for runway 23. And I haven't got much more to say because I'm concentrating.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, Glasgow Tower. Continue.
Continue, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, let's get things sorted out now. Power back, we're too high. Get back onto the localizer properly.
Logan 81 Bravo Juliet. Contact Scottish Control 127.275.
Contact Scottish Control 127.275, Logan 81 Bravo Juliet.
Shut up. Trim. Right, let's dangle the Dunlops. Flappage. Trim, trim, trim. And apologies, someone did subscribe, but I'm a little bit saturated with this at the moment, but thank you very much, much appreciated. Ballooning there.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, wind 020 degrees, 5 knots, runway 23 cleared to land.
Copy the winds, cleared to land runway 23, Golf Mike Sierra. Certainly not my best approach, but that's what this flight is all about. Chuck in yourself back into it and see where your weak points are.
500.
I do love this aeroplane, it's so alive. So alive. A bit blustery. And don't forget to steer with the switches and the rudder. Let's get the flap up, kill any resemblance of lift.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, exit next available taxiway.
Exit next available, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, switches steer, do not forget.
Glasgow Tower, Channex 53 Whiskey Tango, ILS runway 23.
Channex 53 Whiskey Tango, Glasgow Tower, continue.
Wilco, Channex 53 Whiskey Tango.
Vacated the active, Golf Mike Sierra.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, contact ground 121, decimal 705, have a good afternoon.
Ground on 121, decimal 705, Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, let's do this quickly, so I'm not blocking a exit way.
Glasgow Tower Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra, roger. Please confirm your current position and intentions.
You told me to contact ground, so that's what I'm going to go to. Bye. This is probably going to break everything now. Oh, look at that. What a time for the head tracking. The sun has literally just come out. It has just come out and the head tracking is going absolutely bananas, so bear with me. I'm just going to adjust something. There we go. That should be a bit better. Okay. There we go. Right, so okay, ramp 1 Tango. Glasgow ground, Golf Delta Romeo Mike Sierra, request taxi to ramp 1 Tango.
Golf Delta, Romeo Mike Sierra. Welcome to Glasgow. Taxi to ramp 1 Tango via Delta. Golf, Alpha, Juliet.
Taxi to ramp 1 Tango via Delta Golf Alpha Juliet Golf Mike Sierra. Okay, so I think I know where we're going. And let's just...
Easy 3165, contact Glasgow Tower 118.805.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Contact Tower 118.805, Easy 3165.
Here we go. Look at all the big jets. Right, so let's lean the mixture. Let's not go too far, sunshine. I'm not in the slightest bit interested in flying tube liners, but there's something quite nice about flying into somewhere like Glasgow in the Aerostar and just poking around. Past the fire section. Saying you very nearly needed us. What are you talking about? Everything was fine. Okay, let's get ready for this tight right-hander. Go to the executive area, because that's the kind of that's the level of service you get on this channel. I don't take you to any public terminal. Oh no. No, you get that with the tube liners. I'm taking you to the executive terminal. Come on. Now, I think looking at the map, somehow I meant to poke in between these two guys over here, but I think that's going to be a bit tricky, but we'll see what we can do. See what we can do. Nudge it forward a bit. There we go. They'll have to come and tow us out.
Chanex 53
damn it,
Tango,
we made
taxi
it.
to stand 21 via Echo Golf Mike.
Okay, parking brake on.
Stand 21 via Echo Golf Mike Chanex 53 Whiskey Tango.
Let's turn all the environmental stuff off. Leave that where it is. We can have fuel boost off. That's fine. We'll just clear the engines a little bit. And off. Okay, that's all good. We can have avionics off. Should really have done that before I turn the engines off. Nav off. That can come off. Pitot heat can come off. Alternators obviously off because the engines aren't running anymore. And there we go. We are down. Let's open the door, get some fresh air. Let's have the battery on and let's whack it onto the old cinematics. Anyway, thank you ever so much for joining the flight. They're not the most exciting of flights, doing that kind of thing where it's kind of IFR ATC stuff, because it's very much you know, quite often up above the cloud with the ATC and everything running. But like I said, for me it's all about practicing it, working with ATC rather than just doing what the hell you want to do is a different kettle of fish. So it's always good to get up there and try and keep my hand in. And as I think we've seen, there are some things that I need to work on to do when I want to do this kind of thing again. But like I said, that's what this is all about. This isn't one of those channels where I come on and say, hello everybody, I'm going to tell you exactly how it's done, because that's not how it works. Aviation, whether it's real or simulated, you're learning all the time, and I'm very much learning doing this sort of stuff. Anyway, like I said, thank you for joining. Noisy jet, go away. The next stream will either be doing HEMS in the helicopter, or it will be Warbird, and that will probably be tomorrow. So we'll see how we go. So if you're around tomorrow, probably kind of late morning or maybe mid-morning, and so keep your eye on the Discord or the channel, and we could be up flying again. Anyway, enough of my waffle. Thank you for joining. It's been great having you along. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Always nice to talk to you guys, and I look forward to seeing you on the channel again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.